Regarding the gun that you used to shoot back at these individuals, who were you going to give? Which police officer were you going to give the gun to?
Huh?
Which police officer were you going to give the gun to?
Neither.
Okay. Who did you tell them you were going to give the gun to?
Whichever one they were asking for it.
Do you recall them telling you needed to give the gun to Gaither?
I don't recall. I know they said they want that gun. It's part of the investigation. I knew it was a trick. I told him if he let me go, I go get it and bring it back. He went for it.
Welcome to Verbal on Life. My name is Noel. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for clicking on that link. And in this video, we're going to be covering the YSL trial, the craziest trial to date. Insane. Who would have thought?
It is, guys. All right, let's turn up some sound. Let's see what we got.
Oh, here we go.
Here,
all right, Deputy Hudson, all of our jurors present? Okay, all right. Is Mr. Copeland back with us?
Oh!
Okay.
We got
then
Woody.
take up before Mr. Copeland comes out? All right.
Here we go.
Oh, yeah.
Dog in a sweater.
What's my name? All right. We're back on the record in the matter of the state of Georgia versus Khalif Adams et al. In 22 SC 183.
Here we go, guys.
Mr. Stillwell, Mr. Botts, and Mr. Shard, good afternoon.
Roll
All
call.
right, Mr. Williams, Mr. Steele, Mr. Adams, and Mr. Pines, good afternoon. All right. Mr. Kendrick and Mr. Weinstein, good afternoon. Yes. All right, Mr. Huey and Mr. Matthews Sr., good afternoon. All right, and Mr. Nichols and Mr. Garner, good afternoon. And Mr. Ryan and Misty Williams, good afternoon. Okay,
Where's little
It was
Woody?
funny, Cassidy.
Saltwinger, sorry, I apologize.
Hello,
Good afternoon, madam.
thank you.
All right, and then from representatives from the state, Ms.
that
Atkins,
Angela?
Ms. Love, and
Yeah, that's Angela.
Ms. Hilton. All right, okay.
Is her client wearing all white like it's a baptism?
He going to graduation. He praying. He praying. He got his eyes closed. Please, Lord God.
His clothes look nice.
Hell no. Let me they've cut the feed for some. Oh no, they haven't. My shit's messed up. Here we go. Let me back it up. So just make sure we didn't miss anything.
Good afternoon, madam. All right, and then from representatives from the state, Ms. Atkins, Ms. Love, and Ms. Hilton. All right, okay.
What's up? What's up?
Mr. Kokomo, good afternoon, sir. All right, Mr. Yusuf, good afternoon, sir. All right, I think I got all the important people, really important people. All right, okay.
Here we go, guys.
Where's Ms. Knight?
It's her special day.
Okay, all right. Okay. All right, let's summon our jurors then, okay? All right.
Here comes
Bring Mr. Copeland back in, please.
Here comes the jury. Here comes little Woody. While the jury is filing in, a shout out, of course, to Christopher Williams, the sponsor. We got a new sponsor, though. High Value Man on deck. Y'all know who he is. Oh my God. I always say that the person who supports the stream the most is the sponsor. Somebody write High Value Man. Write.
You know, let me give props to the lead attorney, because the lead attorney always gives a shout out to those who sponsor his streams. He makes a lot of money out of these live streams. Unfortunately, all I ask for my audience to get a like. If you're on X, go ahead and press that like button. So like that, I could continue to promote this video for you guys. So don't let me down and go ahead and give it a like. All right, let me get back to the stream over here. Because we got to continue to pay the bills with a like. Let's go.
Her Cash App right in the banner. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, look at it. And y'all doing the prices right.
Oh!
Not too official.
Who gets the dinette set?
Who gets the dinette set? Y'all know the price is right when they try to do the $1 more, $1 more. Well, we got official RY Nirvana said, no, let me go to be the sponsor. Shout out to High Value Man on Deck. Somebody thanks to official. I'm gonna start it up right now.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Officer Hudson. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, of the jury, good afternoon.
Here we go.
All right, sorry you had to compete with the vice president in traffic today, so all of you that may have had to come down here today. So
Is Kamala here?
without further
Kamala's
delay, we're
down
going to
here,
go ahead and
She's in
continue
Atlanta?
with examination of our current witness. Mr. Copeland, you still under oath, okay?
Let's go.
Shout out to Kamala clogging our streets up. If you know Atlanta, we got enough traffic as it is.
Yeah, she's here this week. Verified an hour ago.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Yesterday, we left off talking about your interview that you did on
Look at his face
February
already.
20th,
Look at his face.
2015.
Somebody
Going back
clip
to the
that.
incident in which
That's a meme right there.
your girlfriend at the time and your child was being shot at. Do you remember seeing any of the individuals who shot at you?
I never saw no one that shot at me at that time.
Do you recall in that interview a period of time where the detective left the room and you were speaking with your girlfriend and you told her that you knew who shot at you?
I never saw nobody. I never saw who shot at me. If I saw who shot at me, I would never tell the police who shot at me.
Because you're not a snitch, right?
Do you recall in this same February 20th, 2021 interview that when the detective left the room, you said to your girlfriend, this shit not gonna work. Sit right here and be a damn snitch, so I'm gonna keep going. Do you recall telling your girlfriend that?
I don't recall.
Okay.
Here we go.
And then she responded, so, you're right, it'll be effect on the listener.
I'll rule the objection, sir.
Out of court statement used for the truth of the matter.
I'll
It is
rule, sir.
hearsay.
So what you're saying is why you acting like you did? And she said, you should have just said, no, I thought you know all of them. And you said to her, I do know who it was. Do you recall telling her that?
I know that I knew the camera. I knew that I was being recorded. So I kind of knew what I was doing.
Game.
Okay. And then you said, I saw him. I did when he jumped out the car. I know exactly who I saw.
Nobody never got out of the car. So this clearly proved that I knew what I was doing.
Do you recall telling your girlfriend that?
I don't recall what I told her.
Okay. And this was when the detectives had left the room.
I don't recall if they left the room or if they stayed in.
Do you recall further in the interview when the detectives asked you whether or not any of the people who did this had ever been to your home, you instructed your girlfriend to tell the detectives who had recently been at the house?
I don't recall what I told them.
Do you recall the detective asking anybody you let come over to the house recently that normally ain't been by there? And then you told Deshaun, tell him who been there. Do you recall that?
If I brought anybody to my house, I'm 100% sure they know not to play with me.
Oh.
Do you also remember when you and your girlfriend were in the room by yourself, you told your girlfriend it was Tay and them who did this to you?
I don't recall.
Was it Tay that shot at your vehicle?
Ooh.
I don't believe so.
Now, just as context, who is Tay? Tay is Octavius. Now, Octavius or Tay and Little Woody were good friends. In fact, Tay had been in little Woody's house. He went over there specifically once to meet his infant. They were good friends. So why would Tay drive down the street and, well, be chauffeured down the street, lower his window, point a rifle at little Woody and shoot, right? Why would he do that? Well, people blamed little Woody for the murder of Nut. And even though Tay was friends with little Woody, he was really close friends with Nut. And so allegedly, Tay is the one who was shooting at little Woody to kill him for retribution for the murder of Nut. So even though Tay and Woody were friends and Tay was all up in his house, Tay all up in little Woody's house, Tay was even closer friends to Nut, who was murdered. All right, so that's a little context here what the prosecutor is asking.
And by the way, a lot of the questions that the lawyer is asking, like she knows that he's not going to give him an answer. So it feels like she's just asking the question to put the question on the file, to say that she asked it, so the jurors could hear it and hear the questions and hear what the lawyers are thinking, but never expecting a real answer from Woody.
All right, let's go.
If I brought anybody to my house, I'm 100% sure they know not to play with me.
Let me back it up a little bit more.
Whether or not any of the people who did this had ever been to your home, you instructed your girlfriend to tell the detectives who had recently been at the house.
I don't recall what I told them.
Do you recall the detective asking anybody you let come over to the house recently that normally ain't been by there? And then you told Deshaun, tell him who been there. Do you recall that?
If I brought anybody to my house, I'm 100% sure they know not to play with me.
Y'all know not to play with my likes too. All right, y'all playing with my
Do you
likes.
also remember when you and your girlfriend were in the room by yourself, you told your girlfriend it was Tay and them who did this to you?
I don't recall.
Was it Tay that shot at your vehicle?
I don't believe so.
It was Tay. And I made the chat members only. I'm going to open it up again once y'all get my likes right. I only need a 2-to-1 ratio, guys. So let's go.
They're almost there, 4,000.
Do you recall in that same interview being concerned about being labeled a snitch?
I don't care about what I'm being labeled as.
Ooh. He said, I don't give a damn what y'all think about me.
Let me ask you this. During this time when your home was when you were being shot at with your daughter and your then girlfriend, how many other family members' homes have been shot at that year?
I'll sustain as to speculation. I will overrule as to that's the hearsay from Mr. Steele.
To your knowledge, how many of your family members' homes have been shot up back in 2015 after Nut died?
Overrule, sir.
I can't recall.
Do you know? Okay, let me ask you this. Was your brother's home shot at?
No.
Oh my God.
Was
That's a lie.
your
That's a lie.
girlfriend's mother's home shot at?
Yes.
Okay. Was your sister's home shot at?
Yes.
And again, guys, just for context, really quickly, Nut was a big pause. Nut was a big dude. All right, he was a very important dude to the Bloods. And so when Nut was murdered, there was like 37 different shootings. It really started a war, and everybody blamed this man right here on the stand. So Woody's life was threatened. He survived an assassination attempt. They shot up his mother's house. They did shoot up his brother's house. Now, what's the problem?
Yeah.
They shot the brother's neighbor's house. They shot up the brother's neighbor's house.
So Woody's being crafty here. So as you
Yes.
guys can see, it really is on the prosecutor for the way that she asked the questions.
Yeah.
And she didn't ask the questions correctly. So Woody actually came out on that one. That was a win.
Right. They shot up the brother's neighbor's house. Now, what's the issue? When they found out they shot up the brother's neighbor's house, they turned around and then shot up the brother's house. That's the only thing, right? But they were really trying to kill Woody. They were trying to kill Woody's family. They were enraged that Nut was murdered because Nut was an important dude. All right. So that's just a little context why she's asking about all these people's houses being shot up. Let's go.
Members' homes have been shot up back in 2015 after Nut died.
Overruled, sir.
I can't recall.
Do you know? Okay, let me ask you this. Was your brother's home shot at?
No.
Okay. Was your girlfriend's mother's home shot at?
Yes.
Okay. Was your sister's home shot at?
Yes.
Was your grandmother's home shot at?
No.
Did you think you were being retaliated against?
Huh?
When all the shootings were happening at your family members' homes, did you think you were being retaliated against?
I didn't think.
Did you know?
Clearly.
Okay. Why were you being retaliated against?
Because people said I killed Nut.
And do you know who was doing the retaliation?
No.
Do you recall telling detective in the same February 20th interview that it was a whole gang after you?
Anytime the investigator talked to me, I do not recall what I have told them.
So you don't recall telling them that it was a whole gang after you?
I was told them whatever I think that I need to tell them to convince them to stop watching me.
Was there a whole gang after you?
I don't know.
Was the entire IF gang after you?
I seen a few of them, so I can't say that.
Which were the ones that you saw?
I don't know.
Earlier, I asked you about whether you were concerned about being labeled a snitch. Do you recall telling Detective Copeland?
Detective who?
Excuse me, Detective Copeland. Detective Curry.
Now I'm a detective.
Oh my God.
Talking about Detective Mr. Copeland. I'm about to ask you a question. Do you recall telling the detective, I know if I tell you what's going on, they're going to be on records and all this here. And you got to get, and you're going to get him locked up and he's going to get his discovery package. First thing they're going to do is send it to two places, to the street and to prison, and float it all around the city of Atlanta and then all around prison. But my name's over that. I'm not going that way. No, I'm not going through none of that. Look, they shot at me, my girl, and my baby. Almost shot my face off as we're running. I'm not for sure, but I thought I heard one of the bullets hit the car seat or graze the car seat. Were you concerned about snitching in this interview?
I was concerned trying to get my story together, so I was trying to buy time.
Did you also tell in that same interview, I just know the trouble I'm putting myself in. Just know I don't want to have nothing. I don't want to have nothing, man. I can't go to no job. I can't do none of this shit. I know the street not going to be here forever. All things going on right now, just waiting on you niggas to catch up and kill me. Again, not wanting to snitch on who did this to you, your child, and your baby.
My only motive was anytime the police questioned me was try to figure out how could I get myself out of it. So anytime they asked me any questions, I was trying to, if I couldn't come up with no answer right then and there, I was trying to buy time to think of something to say.
When you met with Mr. Curry, weren't you going there as a victim of an aggravated assault? when you went to go meet with the detective that's in that picture,
Okay.
weren't you going to talk with him about being a victim of a crime?
No, I was shooting back. So I thought they were gonna try to lock me up for shooting back.
But during the course of that interview, were you made aware that they weren't planning on arresting you because you were protecting yourself?
When they said they would take me downtown, I put my hand behind my back and told him, "You gonna lock me up? Come on, get it out the way now."
And did they ever lock you up?
Cause he wanted the gun. So he gave me 24 hours to give him the gun. When he let me go, I didn't come back with the gun. So they sent the SWAT team to my house to get me.
But when you went the first day, did they ever put handcuffs on you?
Cause they wanted the gun.
Did they ever put handcuffs on you?
Say yes or no.
You hadn't answered the question.
Did they ever put handcuffs on you?
One of the officers pulled him out and he told him we don't need that.
Okay, so they never put handcuffs on you?
Overruled, sir.
And again, just quickly, what he's talking about, Woody was walking outside to put his baby in the car seat. His girlfriend and his girlfriend's mother were in the car. When he stepped outside, he saw a silver vehicle kind of sitting out there. Woody thought it was suspicious, but he kept walking to his vehicle, which was kind of in the street. As he approached the vehicle, he saw the silver car crank up and start going in the direction of the vehicle that he was going to. He saw the window being lowered and that AR-15 point out, and the person in the vehicle in the passenger seat started firing at little Woody. Little Woody grabbed his Glock that he had and started firing back. Little Woody actually struck the weapon that was in the car, firing at him. Wow. He fired 8 shots. The car crashed nearby, and the 2 suspects were arrested, I believe, and one of them was Tay. So this is what they are talking about when they are discussing this.
And he wasn't arrested immediately because it sounds like the detectives were exploring the grounds of self-defense.
Exactly. And it looks like what the detectives wanted was the actual gun that Woody was firing. So they said, listen, Woody, we're going to let you out. It's good. We're not going to do anything to you. We're not going to detain you. Just give us the gun. You've got 24 hours to give us the gun. Woody did not show up with the gun. When Woody did not show up with the gun, they sent the SWAT team out to arrest Woody. Now, Woody has been in custody multiple times on the state level, on the federal level. Mm-hmm. There's no way that he should be having a gun. Maybe that's one of the reasons why he didn't want to take the gun back to the police officers, or maybe he didn't want to snitch. Yeah. At any rate, they sent the SWAT team out to get him, and they got him. So this is what they're talking about, this event right here. This is the context to this conversation. Let's go.
So anytime they ask me any questions, I was trying to, if I couldn't come up with no answer right then and there, I was trying to buy time to think of something to say.
When you met with Mr. Curry, weren't you going there as a victim of an aggravated assault? When you went to go meet with the detective that's in that picture,
okay,
weren't you going to talk with him about being a victim of a crime?
No, I was shooting back. So I thought they were going to try to lock me up for shooting back.
But during the course of that interview, were you made aware that they weren't planning on arresting you because you were protecting yourself?
When they said they would take me downtown, I put my hand behind my back and told him, "You gonna lock me up? Come on, get it out the way now."
And did they ever lock you up?
Cause he wanted the gun. So he gave me 24 hours to give him the gun. When he let me go, I didn't come back with the gun. So they sent the SWAT team to my house to get me.
But when you went the first day, did they ever put handcuffs on you?
Cause they wanted the gun.
Did they ever put handcuffs on you?
You hadn't answered the question.
Did they ever put handcuffs on you?
One of the officers pulled him out and he told him we don't need that.
Okay, so they never put handcuffs on you?
Overruled, sir.
Did they ever put handcuffs on you?
I don't think so.
Okay. And when you left the interview, did you leave that interview without any handcuffs on you?
Yeah, I left. Okay. I went back to the streets.
So again, when you went in this interview, you were not in trouble.
I was.
Basis.
Speculation.
Overruled, sir.
Were you arrested at all on February 20th when you went to go speak to the police about being shot at? Were you ever arrested that day when you went down to tell the police about what happened to you, your child, and your girlfriend?
They locked me up the next day.
I asked you, were you arrested that day?
No, they locked me up the next day.
Were you arrested that day?
Overruled, sir.
Were you arrested that day?
No.
Real life movie.
Did you want the police to go and find the people who actually killed Nut so that people would stop retaliating against you?
Yeah.
Do you recall being asked by the detective, you knew one of them. I know you knew one of them. Your face tells the story. Now, out of all the ones, I mean, you might know the other ones, but I know you know one of them because the face tells the story. Because the face tells the story of somebody being close that you trusted. And your response was, it ain't that. The truth is, I wouldn't say that person because I'm not 100% sure, but I know only one person.
What's the base of your objection, sir?
Foundation, predicate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where's the question?
Foundation and predicate. I'll sustain the objection. Go ahead and rephrase, madam.
Did you know at least one of the individuals that were shooting at you back in February of 2015?
On my daughter's life,
Jesus.
when they pulled up on me, all I saw was a gun come out the window. They said, I never seen no one face. They was questioning me. They constantly kept telling me, you gonna let dudes shoot at you and your kids and this and that. And I'm telling them, and they won't believe me that I'm telling them, I didn't see nobody's face. I didn't see nobody's face. And then after a while, I got tired of them asking me, so I don't recall if I just went ahead and said, yeah, I seen Tay. I don't know how it came out, but in my heart, and still to this day in my heart, I do not believe Tay had anything to do with me getting shot at.
Okay. Do you recall telling your
Why
girlfriend?
did you say
when
his
it was just
name?
you? I did when he jumped out the car. I know exactly who I saw.
I don't. At that point, it was so much pressure on me. Yeah, I mean, my daughter crying, I'm trying to take her to the hospital. Somebody pull up on me soon. I'm trying to figure out what made me have the gun to go to the hospital. It's all type of stuff going through my mind. I don't know. Too much going on. Yeah, I can't because she keep asking me these questions. And
You talking to the court reporter?
Mr. Copeland, just take a breath.
They
okay?
friends. They talked about Chucks yesterday.
Speak a little
Okay.
slower, all right?
Oh my God.
Okay.
The court reporter was like, I could not
All right.
understand what you're saying, black man. The court reporter is an older white woman, and she has no idea what the hell, what the hell Lil Woody
Are
is
you-
talking about.
Can we continue?
I don't got nothing else to say.
Nothing else to
About
say
which part?
about this whole thing.
Regarding the gun that you used to shoot back at these individuals, who were you going to give? Which police officer were you going to give the gun to?
Huh?
Which police officer were you going to give the gun to?
Neither.
Who did you tell them you were going to give the gun to?
Whichever one they were asking for it.
Do you recall them telling you needed to give the gun to Gaither?
I don't recall. I know they said they want that gun. It's part of the investigation. I knew it was a trick. I told him if he let me go, I go get it and bring it back. He went for it.
Finesse.
And why didn't you get the gun?
Huh?
Why didn't you go and give them the gun?
You know, it helped him lock me up.
At any point in time, did you ever get arrested for shooting back at those individuals?
Thank God.
Hit the likes, people. People on X, hit the like.
Muted. Lead.
All right, sorry about that. I don't know what happened. Let's go. Here we go.
Yes, I knew it was a trick. I told him if he let me go, I go get it and bring it back. He went for it.
And why didn't you get the gun?
Huh?
Why didn't you go and give them the gun?
You know, it helped him lock me up.
At any point in time, did you ever get arrested for shooting back at those individuals?
Thank God.
God, hold up. All right, sorry about that, guys. But can y'all hear?
Much better now.
All right. Thank you, Classy Beats. My computer, for some reason, switched over. All right. Shout out to Classy Beats. Thank you.
Do you recall them asking you some more questions about Tay, and you providing them information about where Tay was from, what part of Atlanta he was from?
I don't recall.
Okay. Do you recall the detective asking you, we only know there's a guy by the name of Tay. Where's Tay from? What area he live in? And you told him that he was from Simpson Road area. You recall telling the detective that?
I guess I don't remember what I said to him.
Do you recall?
Because at that point he had put too much pressure on me, and you know what I mean. I'm just thinking because he told me. I remember him saying he want that gun. That's all I remember him kept saying. He want that gun.
And when you say putting pressure, what do you mean?
Same thing you doing to me now. You keep putting pressure on me.
Okay. Was he yelling at you at all during this interview?
I think he kept saying, I'm letting people shoot at me while I got my child, and my loyalty to the streets, not my loyalty to my child.
So was he just trying to get you to tell him who did this to you, your child and your baby?
I stand the questions to form.
Did he ever threaten you to give a name?
Nah, but he kept asking me to make me say a name, and you like how you keep asking me a question. I'm gonna say something to answer you, so you can stop asking me the same question.
Yeah. Speaking truth.
He's basically saying he'll say anything. He'll say anything at this point.
He said that yesterday too.
Were you concerned about how you were going to survive the attacks on you and your family?
Yes.
And again, were you concerned that because you had already spoken to the police about Nuts homicide, that people were considering you a snitch, that people thought you were a snitch?
I don't get what you're saying. Can you say that again?
Were you concerned that people already thought that you were a snitch when you did this interview?
What interview?
With the detective after you were shot at? After you were shot at with your girlfriend and your daughter?
No, my only concern was no.
Do you recall telling the detective in this same February 20th interview, I came and talked down here. Everybody look at me like I'm a snitch now. It's just like I can't get no money. You know, I was just getting money just by doing nothing. It's just like, hey man, I need to borrow this right here, just hanging around, going to the mall. He paid for everything, but all of them now, they all come out here, they think I'm a snitch.
I always got my own money. When I need money, I knew how to go get it.
Would Thug give you money at times?
I'm not a handout type of person.
Would Thug give you money at times?
I never asked Thug for no money.
Would Thug give you money at times?
I can't recall if he gave me money, but I never asked him for no money.
When you say he paid for everything, who were you referencing?
The big money, the ballers.
The ballers. Shout out to the Little Gaming channel. Thank you so much, Little Gaming channel. That's a messed up photo right there too. Somebody write TLGC in the chat. Y'all know the Little Gaming channel. Another principal pillar of this channel, supports me so much.
Were you concerned that Young Thug had washed his hands of you?
Huh?
Were you concerned because you had been speaking to police that Thug had washed his hands of you?
No.
Thank y'all for
I didn't
showing
need
up.
Thug.
All right. Do you recall telling the detective in the same interview on February 20th, 2015, he asked you, so basically Young Thug washed his hands of you? And your response, yeah, because I came and talked to the detectives and them folks in the street saying I'm a snitch, I'm a snitch, I'm a snitch. Nobody don't want to hang around me. I called my partners. They don't want to hang around me. It's like, what the hell? What the hell all this come from? What the hell is going on? Do you recall telling the police that?
The police so concerned about Thug, I was removing myself from him.
Do you recall at all talking to this detective about what happened that Monday night at Club Crucial with you and Kel, the fight between you and Kel?
I don't recall nothing specific that me and him talk about outside of the shooting with my child. And I barely remember some of this stuff. You talking about some years ago when I don't even know what I did 3-4 days ago. Like,
Do you recall telling your girlfriend, again, when the two of you were alone in the room, no matter which way it go, I'm going to lose anyway if I tell them that Tay did it? You recall having that conversation with your girlfriend?
you say it again?
Sure.
Is she
Do you
snitching too?
recall being alone in that same interview room with your girlfriend, and you told her, no matter which way it go, I'm going to lose anyway if I tell them that Tay did it?
On my child life, once again, on Izari life,
On who life?
I never
daughter's
seen no one face that was in that car shoot at me. At any time, if they got the car, to this point, I never knew who shot at me. So when that detective was asking me, I just had to come up with something. I got no reason to lie about it. I didn't see nobody who shot at me. So y'all going back into interrogation when I'm telling you the truth. I don't know who shot at me. I have told them I didn't know. When they're gonna keep asking, make me know, okay, cool. I'm gonna say, I'm done.
Do you recall being hesitant in the February 21st interview, and we're going to get to that interview with Detective Gaither, when she showed you a photographic lineup, and you actually eventually pointed Tay out of a photographic lineup?
Because I know Gate. I mean, I know Gate.
So much, Meg.
I know how. I know that. I mean, she one of them people that she got it out for me. So I didn't care. I was just trying to get it out. I get them out for me and trying to convince her. And trying to convince her is very hard to do. So I had to go through with it. Even though in my heart, I knew that he didn't shoot at me, or he would have never shot at me.
He was snitching like a mug, and now he's trying to clean it up now that he's on the stand.
Mm-hmm.
And to be more clear on it,
Break it down.
before I went back to jail the last time, I was right around him. So I would never be nobody that I believe shot at me while I had my child.
Why did you say Tay did it versus anyone else?
First thing came to my mind.
Blame somebody
Why
that
was
didn't
Tay
do
the
it?
first person that came to your mind versus anyone else?
Because in the midst of trying to convince the police so they could leave me alone, I just got shot at. Only thing was in my mind was, get back.
Okay, but you had to beef with Kel. Why not say it was Kel?
Because I had to convince them. I gotta make it seem, if I say Kel shot me, they're gonna, how you know? How Kel know where you stay at? So I gotta come up with something to make them know, okay, well, Tay been over here. You know what I mean? So okay, Tay. I don't know. Like,
But
listen, you keep asking me. I told you I don't know who shot at me.
why would Gaither have it out for you?
I sustain the objection.
Well, you said
And
she
what he's really saying, guys, is that he was shot at. The interrogator, the detective, is asking him who shot him, and so to get the interrogator off his back, he names just a random friend that was in his house.
That's
Well, Tay
so
is
bad.
the one. Is this a friend that you want?
That's terrible.
Tay
And-
tried to murder me, and I just named Tay because he'd been over my house. Imagine having a friend like that. What were you gonna say, Evie?
Little Woody, by the way, he just says whatever to get out. It's all about him. So that whole friendship, get that out the way.
No, I was just saying it's terrible to name a random name and then that person goes to jail and they're sitting in the courtroom today. I mean, I don't know if that's the case, but it's
I mean, also in life, there really are no friends like that are going to do time for you or they're going to die for you. So the whole friendship idea goes out the window. So you just trying to look out for self. So I think that goes for the street and for real life. Stop hoping or banking on friends. It doesn't work like that.
just like that's what happens when you're trying to snitch and cover yourself.
Yeah,
but my
but
question
it's-
is,
it's not a random person. That's the point. It's his friend. It's his friend. They were
that's
friends.
true.
The
That's
dude had
true.
been over
I'll take
his
the
house.
random part back. But even with that, it's just he said the first name that came to my mind.
Yeah, this is just terrible, guys. I mean, this dude is just snitching on everybody. Let's go.
Had it out for you. What makes you think she had it out for you?
I'll let him answer that question. It's posed.
You said she had it out for you. What makes you think she had it out for you?
Because she was trying her best to get me. She be trying to catch me.
Didn't she advise you to leave town?
Thank you again,
Your
Mayor.
Honor,
Thank you so
it's a
much.
contradiction of what?
Hold on. That come from the interview. Where's that come from? Where's that statement come from?
His interview with her during the course
You
of
need to reference that. I'll rule the objection.
in your February 21st interview with her. Then she asked you to leave town, go somewhere else, Cobb County, Clayton County. Then she told you to lay low so that you wouldn't get killed.
No, she was saying it because she's saying it. My name was my. She just said my name kept coming up a lot.
What
Right,
the
so
hell
she
was
did not
that?
want you to be harmed. So why would she have it out for you?
I sustain the objection. You can rephrase.
During the course of that interview, was she encouraging you to lay low? Do you recall her doing that?
I think she was. I thought she was faking. So I don't know.
Outside of the interviews, would you talk to Gaither? Would you call Gaither on the phone?
No, the only time I talked to Gaither is when she called, but it wasn't never about nothing in the streets or nothing.
Right, so
It was, hey, Miss Copeland, your name involved in the shooting. We want you downtown. This only time she called me, hey, Miss Copeland, they say you shot up this person's house. We need you downtown. I don't recall me and her having no conversations about nothing.
when you were locked up, would you have your girlfriend call Detective Gaither for you so you can speak with her?
You heard where I was, right? Where was I? In jail?
Locked up.
So if she had it out for you, why are you trying to call Detective Gaither?
Because I'm trying to, all she got to do is give me a name. I'm going to try to convince her so she can get me out of jail.
But if she has it out for you, why would you trust Detective Gaither?
I don't trust her. I'm trying to play on her.
Finesse. This is game.
I want to go back very briefly to the interview that you did, the first interview you did with Detective Gaither.
Guys, this whole trial is fucked, man. If this is the star witness, this whole
After
trial
your car was shot
is
up,
gone.
the car was shot at on the highway.
Okay.
During that interview, at the time when your car got shot at, did you know about Lucci's mother's home being shot at?
What you mean?
Were you aware that Lucci's mother's home was shot at?
Huh?
When you met with Detective Gaither
Right.
about what happened on the highway, during that time period, were you aware of Lucci's mother's home being shot at?
No.
Do you recall talking to Detective Gaither in that January 28th interview about Lucci's home being shot at?
I can't recall.
During that interview, do you remember telling Detective Gaither and Detective Dennis that Lucci's mama and dad got shot? So Nick called Big Boo's phone, and we was at Big Boo's house. Do you recall telling them that?
I don't recall.
Let me ask you this. Do you recall independently being with Big Boo and Lucci's manager calling his house, calling his phone, trying to give him $20,000 to find out whoever shot up Lucci Mama's house?
I'll sustain this form. You can rephrase.
Do you recall being at Big Boo's house and someone from Lucci's manager calling Big Boo back in 2015?
I don't recall.
Sure.
All right. So I didn't even know that there was a connection with Lucci in this. Now,
Yeah.
guys, what is it? Y'all are younger than me. Is it
YFN.
YFN Lucci? YFN Lucci is also isn't that a RICO case here in Atlanta too?
Yeah, and that hasn't been prosecuted yet. He is out on bond.
Oh, did he get out? All right.
Mhm.
They had him in there for years. They had him waiting on this case. They said that we have a RICO case for you, so we want to try you. The only problem is we have another RICO case ahead of you.
You know, I was thinking, this goes to show when you talk about friends in the streets, at the end of the day, man, you got to look out for yourself. So him using people that he knows, quote unquote, his friends, that's just how the street works. So you really cannot depend on people like being your friends and they're going to look out for you. At the end of the day, everybody's looking out for themselves. The streets are pretty crazy like that. Real life is pretty crazy like that. People that you think are your friends, when the shit hits the fans, everybody got to look out for themselves. Good luck. Hope to see you on the other side because they coming. That's what I'm looking at.
And that RICO case ahead of you is Young Thug. So we are going to sit you in jail until Young Thug's trial is over. And they had him in there for years. Lucci was locked up for years down here in Atlanta.
Yeah.
But I don't know the connection between that case and this case. Does anybody know?
Yeah, so I think she's actually exploring that on direct examination now. Who knows how well that's going to go, right? But she just brought it up just now. I don't remember the exact question that she asked him, but she asked him at least 2 or 3 questions that were connected to that case. My question is she also asked him a lot of questions related to his baby mama or his girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm wondering if his girlfriend has provided statements as well.
Well, isn't this the one? Wasn't his girlfriend a police officer? And she got arrested because she was trying to.
All right, you know what? I'm going to take a small break because I've been on this stream for 50 minutes now. And the lead attorney can talk for hours. This man can put in 6-7 hours streams. Crazy. Let's see.
Run cover for she was trying to run cover for Woody, I believe it was.
Mhm.
And so she got arrested herself, I believe. Don't quote me on that.
But if she's a police officer, maybe that's why we have statements. Because when she's asking Woody questions like, did you say this to your girlfriend on this night, on this day? You know, when we go into evidentiary law, we can go all in on spousal privilege. But if you're a boyfriend and a girlfriend, there are some conversations that are not protected by law.
All right.
Yeah, this is super interesting, guys. It goes deep. It goes deep down here in Atlanta.
Let me stop it right there. So far they have Woody on the stand for like a week, and we have seen everything when it comes to Woody. He lies, he tells the truth, he throws people under the bus. Is he a murderer? He says yes, then no. It's crazy, but this is the best that we can see happening in court. And also that judge, I think this whole thing is going to be a mistrial because that judge, man, having secret meetings with Woody is crazy. I've been on this stream for 55 minutes. I noticed people on X don't give a like. So I need you guys to join in and press that like button. And I'm going to take a small break. So I'm going to be back later. My name is Noel. Welcome to Verbal on Life. I'm over here battling MS, trying to grow my subscriber count. I'm up to 10,957. So if you haven't joined in, go ahead and click on the subscribe button or join. And I'll see you later in the afternoon. I'll be back after I take a small break. Peace.
Verbal on life.